Hi diddly ho, Prepperinos. Today we are using Mylar bags for long-term food storage. I received this Mylar bundle from Wallaby Goods. Get it? Wallaby? It's a pouch. Well, they gave me this bundle to try out and I'm under no obligation to them, but I liked it so much I'm definitely recommending them. Each of these bundles comes with 80 sticker labels, 80 400cc oxygen absorbers, and 75 1-gallon 5 ml Mylar bags. To get started, you just need this Mylar bundle, a permanent marker, and an iron or a flat iron to seal them, and you're good to go. We decided to start off with sugar because it's easy. Plus, sugar doesn't need any oxygen absorbers. It's a lot easier to add the label to the Mylar bag before you fill it. Then all you need to do is grab your Mylar bag and open it up. It may be helpful to use a funnel to hold it open to start off with, but once the product is in the bag, it holds itself open pretty well. Fill up the bag as much as you want. Just leave some space at the top so you can seal it. I sometimes give it a little shake to help the contents settle. I also like to wipe around the inside of the bag to remove any dust or granules to make sure I get a good seal. Then I try to get as much air out as possible, place it against a flat board, and run an iron over it a few times. Wallaby has an easy open notch, so if you seal above that notch, you can just tear it open when you're ready to use it. Gives a pretty good seal. If you need to add any information to the label, like how many cups of sugar are in the bag, you can do that easily now. Next, we did egg noodles. These already have a shelf life of a couple years, but we wanted to make sure they were bug and moisture proof and seal them up for longer than about 2 years. These, like most products, do require oxygen absorbers, so the best way to do this without forgetting anything is to set up everything in sort of an assembly line, make sure it's all ready to go before you even start. We follow the same process, add the label, then add the product, and don't forget the oxygen absorber. After that, I get as much air as possible out of the bag. I place it against the wood and use the iron to seal it. I love the labels. They're great and they make things a lot easier. If you don't have any, you can always write on the bag itself, although there's a higher risk of it being rubbed or scratched off. Now we're going to test the seal. You don't have to do this for all of yours. If you feel comfortable with your seal, I just want to show you how well it works. So we had ironed this one shut, couldn't pull it open just by tugging on it, and now we're submerging it so we can try to squeeze air out and look for some bubbles. You see that remaining air that's in there makes it pretty buoyant, but as we tried to get bubbles out of there, nothing came out. So this was a good seal. All of ours looked something like this and sealed up just as well. When the bags are done, you want to store them in a solid container. This keeps out rodents, also keeps the bags from being roughed up or torn. You could also store them in a 5-gallon bucket or any sort of tote or hard container. Before we finish the video, I want to share some of our mistakes and lessons learned. We did a bunch of bags of flour, which was great, but I didn't have a good assembly line set up, and I forgot to add an oxygen absorber to one of the bags. We used this Food Saver vacuum sealer, and it was nice for getting extra air out of the bags, but the sealer itself just didn't work as well as we had hoped, even after trying to do a double seal. and the bag easily pulled open with little effort. But you can always run an iron over it after you vacuum it and seal it. That way you know you have a good seal. That's what we did with all our bags of flour. You would have better luck with a heavy-duty impulse heat sealer. The food saver sealer just didn't do as well as we wanted. But the iron or flat iron works well too. With the bags of sugar we didn't use oxygen absorbers. It's unnecessary and can turn your sugar into a solid lump. That leaves you with some extra oxygen absorbers. So if you're doing sugar and some other products such as beans, pasta, noodles with lots of air between the gaps, you can put in the extra oxygen absorbers in those. With the flour, we could fit about 12 cups of flour in it comfortably with lots of space to seal it up. The oxygen absorbers, they come in packs of 10, and if you have any remaining, you can seal them back into their original bag, or you can put them in a small jar and store them for later. Well, that's how you use Mylar bags to store food for long-term food storage. These Mylar bundles from Wallaby Goods are excellent, and the price is excellent as well. You can click the link to go to the page and shop for them, and if you use the code PrepGuy5, you can get $5 off your order. Thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe, share with your friends and people who you want to have as friends, because this is such good information that they can't help but like you if you share it with them. Thanks.